What is up, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac. I'm actually going to do a part two of the Makiah Bryant situation. Just want to kind of give my thoughts on it. Should the adults that was in the situation just be as much as his fault as the person, as the cop who shot her? This is what I'm about to talk about today on the Dre Mac Show.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac with another episode of the Dre Mac Podcast
All right. What's going on, everybody? Again, this is your man Dre Mac with another episode of the Dre Mac Podcast Show. So I did a podcast about on the 21st, exactly when the shooting death of Makiah Bryant happened. And I took some time off to kind of reflect as far as honestly, I took some time to rest and actually look back and kind of really kind of dived into this situation with Makiah Bryant. I still have my initial feelings. I still believe that if there was some way somehow that Makiah could have lived, then why not try to exercise that option? And I do understand the cop side. If he's seeing a person with a knife in his hand, he felt like he had to do what he had to do. I might feel like it's overkill. I might feel like 4 shots in the back is a little too much. I might feel that I'm tired of seeing Black Death. That's just what I feel. That's what I look at. But I also wanted to look at this. I wanted to look at that that the parents, the adults that was there. So much information has came out on this Makiah Bryant situation that the adults take as much as responsibility to me for the death of Makiah Bryant as the cop that shot. Let's just go. Let me just break down something real quick. There was a young lady who went, and I'm about to pull up her information here real quick on my phone, that says she went to a vigil for Makiah Bryant. A young lady named Lashandra Tinsley. So she reads, and I was going to put this on. I was going to share this, but on my screen, but it's fine. But she puts, FYI, I went to the memorial yesterday and spoke with Makiah Bryant's family and friends. Those girls, one was a 28-year-old adult, had came to Makiah Bryant's foster home 3 days in a row trying to fight her. The foster mom is the one who had the girls come fight Makiah, claiming she was unruly. Everyone in the entire house was against Makiah, and when her father came, she finally felt safe enough to come out and fight. Imagine a 15-year-old thinking process of having to fight a 28-year-old and others, and her foster mother calling to have her beat up. Makiah's little sister is the one who made the 911 call. 3 days straight, all by herself. I'm sure Makiah was extremely scared, but felt she had to be brave and protect herself by any means necessary. This information hasn't come out in the media just yet, but if the investigation is done properly and there's transparency, you all will hear all about it. Had the cop tased her or simply attempted to stop her from stabbing the girl, he could have found that out. And that's why he, along with the foster mother and all the adults are involved, are at fault. And that's all I have to say about it. Okay, so just reading this, and this actually, I've been sitting on this information literally since I believe last Saturday. But I wanted to be able to, I wanted to get some transparency a little bit and not just act emotionally and be able to think about this logically. And when you go back and actually see the video, you see Makiah actually swing the girl down. And when she swung the first girl down, the girl was in black. You see a grown man kick the girl when she's down. Now, this is what I'm saying, and you can say what you want, but we as adults have to do better when it comes to our children. For one, if a grown man, and this is the problem that once I got away from the whole cop shooting her, because my thing is saving lives, saving all lives. The whole situation. The only thing that I wanted was someone to go to jail and not go to the morgue. That's my only issue that I have with this entire thing. And it is because I have seen videos of people in danger and someone going to jail. The perpetrator, the one who is instigating the crime, go to jail. And only thing that I'm tired of seeing is Black death. That's Black trauma. And we have got so desensitized about it in the Black community that only thing it's almost like it's nothing to see a Black person die. And when, to me, this is just me and my feelings on this and a logical explanation from this. When you start seeing so much Black death that it doesn't even faze you, that is a psychological problem. That means is that you can see Black people dying over and over again, and you absolutely have no empathy for them. And if we have no empathy for Black death, how are we going to ask anybody else to have empathy on Black death? That is the issue that I have with this particular situation. I still believe, and I looked up the information. Me and my brother actually talked about it. And a taser can shoot up to 35 feet and has 500 jolts of electricity to go through it. My brother is an electrician and was actually electrocuted. And when he went to the doctor said that he had about 4,200 jolts of electricity go through his body, where his whole entire body locked up. And my brother is about 170, 180 pounds. So an additional, 8,000 volts to a 15-year-old child is going to drop him. At least try that first. Now, if and the excuse is, well, she's big and she's this and she's that or whatever. I understand that. But why even initial out to police officers a service taser that has that much electricity to it and not actually use it, or give the excuse that, well, we don't know if it'll work. Well, you didn't try either. Just didn't try. So I still believe at 35 feet, as a cop initiating, seeing this is going on, seeing them fighting, I propose just pepper spray everybody. And we'll talk about it later. It's non-lethal. Everybody will be pissed, but at least someone goes home and they're not dead. That's my thought. And I'm gonna get to that point here, Stephen. So that's my point. Before you even, and the reason why I say this, before he even came in the body cam that I showed on the last video, he didn't know what was going on. All he seen was a commotion. So that's why I proposed just pepper spray. Just use the pepper spray. Pull the pepper spray out and just shoot it in the air. Just shoot it in the air. Shoot it towards the direction of the people. So that way you have some disorientation. You probably will see the knife in the girl's hand while she's disoriented. You go, there is procedure to disarm someone with a knife. I don't believe going to the extreme of shooting someone and asking questions later. Again, I'm not a cop. Not a cop. I worked in law enforcement in a jail, was trained by KCPD. In our jail, we had an open jail. So we were basically like beat cops. That's basically how they trained us, like beat cops, because we always had to be on our P's and Q's while we're patrolling. We're patrolling a large area. So our whole mindset is making sure that we come home safely, because we're in a whole big capacity of people that are locked up, and we have to patrol bucks and all of that. Normally, 9 times out of 10, 2 or 3 people patrolling a particular area at a time, when you have 150 people that's locked up, not in individual cells, and a open jail. So we had to think like beat cops. You know what I'm saying? That's the way we were trained, so on and so forth. But I haven't been trained into firearms or anything like that from KCPD, so I can't talk on that. Not even going to even go there. But what I'm saying is there any other way? Nobody came out and said, is there any other way to save everyone in this particular situation? And to answer your question, I'm gonna go to the question real quick, Steven. He said, what if the girl was still stabbed when it would have been an issue then? My thing is that no one actually was stabbed. Let's just put that out there. No one was actually stabbed. They say she was in an act of stabbing, but if she had that knife, she probably would have stabbed the first girl that she tossed to the ground. The other girl wasn't stabbed at all. So what I'm saying is that they shot Makiah, and then they proceeded to do CPR on the girl and do life-saving procedures on the girl after shooting her 4 times. 4 shots to the back, that girl was gone. I'm sorry. I already knew she was gone. But did we even try? We didn't even get to that part. Did we try to tase her and see if she would drop the knife as tasing her? If she would have stabbed her, I don't believe she would have. I personally believe, because if you go back and look at the video, the way her arm was, it wasn't a coming down. It wasn't like Jason Voorhees coming down to the chest. It was to the side. So if she would have stabbed her, it would have been probably towards the side, towards her kidney. I'm just saying, I believe a kidney shot will save you more than a stab coming upright in that position. She was not coming upright in a position to stab, to go down and down thrust. The reason why I'm saying this, my mother was a survivor of someone stabbing her multiple times. So I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm just giving what other scenarios. The thing is, we gotta look at if Black lives do matter, let's try to save everyone. And I said this on my last video. If Black lives truly matter, can we save everyone? But let me not digress, and let me put it all on the cop, because there's two sides to this. One, I ain't gonna cuss. The mother freaking adults, the adults, prior to the cops getting there, why is the foster mother, for one, let's start with her. Why is the foster mother sending grown folks to fight a 15-year-old child? If she was unruly, I was in state custody ever since I was 15 months. Call the caseworker. Say, this is not working out. This is what I got going on. We might have to reevaluate her. We might have to put her in a group home. If she was so unruly, why in the whole entire hell are we sending other grown folks to fight some 15-year-old kid? And the other portion of it was, they said her father was there. Again, if your father is showing up to get boogie and fight people and kick them or whatever, why is he not having that same energy to save his daughter and get his daughter out of foster care? Why? Are we so, and I'm going back to us. Oops. I'm going back to us now. Are we so ghetto that we get so excited to fight someone We get excited to fight someone, to cause a ruckus, to do all this, to do all that, and not save our children. We do this. I've seen adults, and I'm telling you this from experience. I seen two little boys fighting. They was coming from the high school. They was getting ready to fight. About 14-year-old boys. You know what I mean? Do you know? I walk up and like, yo, little, little homies, we ain't gonna be doing that. Yo, we not gonna do that. Hold up, wait a minute. Let's pull this to the side though. We not gonna do this. Why did some grown man come out talking about, hey, bro, let them fight? With his camera out. You a grown. Nah, we not about to do this over here, bro. That's the first thing that come out my mouth. You're not about to sit there and let these little boys just scrap for what? And then I had to get to the root of the problem. Yo, what's going on? Why do y'all even want to fight in the first place? Because if y'all fight, the neighbor over there is gonna call the police. So do you really want to go and to jail for boxing? And I understand. I was one of them kids that fought all the time. No adult never came out and just told me that that's not cool. What are you fighting for? You know what it was? Man, he was talking about me, man, because, you know what I'm saying? He was talking about my shoes and my gear. So you go down this little brother because he ain't dressing like you dressing? So he gets mad, y'all fight. Save incident, and I had to paint a scenario for because I'm looking at it, I got kids his age. So I had to paint the scenario for it. Listen here, little brother. So if you fight this little dude because he ain't dressing right, he ain't dressing up to the standards, maybe you don't know he broke. Are you trying to chip him in some money or anything? So y'all fight. Say for instance, he win. Your pride is hurt. Now you coming back with a gun. You shoot this little dude because your pride is hurt. Are we this soft? Are you that soft? You had to put it in the mind frame. So these boys who are going to be men have to think about their decisions. Because I'm not scared of no little dude out here. What I am afraid of is these little dudes losing their life for nothing. So I felt it was my responsibility as a grown-ass man to right then and there put a foot in it and be the gap between murder and jail. And people say, well, if we can say that, well, what if this or what if that? Who is standing in the gap for our children? It's not like these are my kids. But that's my neighborhood. And if that's my neighborhood, those right then and there, those are my kids now. And now I feel like I have the responsibility to stop something before it happens. Adults, especially in the hood. Are you stopping this or are you perpetuating it? And then you get mad when our children are out here dying. You perpetuate. If you perpetuate it, you know better than the cops that's out there shooting black people for absolutely nothing. That's your fault. And anybody can come in my comment section and tell me if I'm wrong. We need our children to survive so they can be able to build a better nation. But if they're dying and we're perpetuating it because we feel like you got 40 and 50-year-old people out here acting like them. Think about that for a second. You got 40 and 50-year-old people that think getting boogieing and less boxing, all this tough talk, think that's cool. I'm a man and I don't want to be disrespected, but unless you harming my kids or you're trying to put harm on my family, I'm not fighting you, dog. For what? For what? Again, we have to take care of our own people first. We have to take care of our own people. See, the thing is, there's no reason for cops if we don't fall into the bull crap. If we don't fall into the bull crap, then we have no reason for the police to be coming through patrolling our areas, harassing us, all this other stuff that you complain about. So the onus goes back to, where is our responsibility? Where is our responsibility? And like and share this, like and share this podcast. Like and share this podcast. See, this is the stuff. See, this is the thing. And let's be real. Sometimes we put it on ourselves. And then we complain. But we put it on ourselves. But we complain. We put it on ourselves. We complain. What does that mean? On 18th and Vine, just I want to say in Kansas City, not too long ago, a young man was killed trying to break up a fight. And for what I understand is that this man was a stand-up guy. I don't know him personally. But for what I understand, for people that knew him, he was a stand-up guy in our community. Bodybuilder, wanted to see people change their bodies. Because when you work hard and you start to work out, you start to feel good about yourself, you change your mind frame. Because you have something to work hard for. And someone took him from the community because they was in their feelings. And they say that we don't need therapy in the Black community. We need therapy. We have too many dudes out here, too many people out here. And y'all, and I know folks don't want to hear this, but we got too many people out here that haven't even thought about going to therapy. Just therapy. Because we feel like, well, we got it in hell. We can just go to Jesus. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to tell you like this. You need to go to therapy. And there's nothing wrong with therapy. I did 5-6 months of therapy because there were some things that I had to work out for myself. So I needed to make sure to go to therapy. And your first therapy session is actually free. If you have a job, do you know that there's programs that's labeled inside of your job, especially if you pay healthcare through your job, where you can be able to get therapy, at least, a few sessions for free? People, we need help. We need help. And it's funny because I'm actually going to do a podcast on tomorrow called Is Kevin Samuels Right? Because some of the things that he talks about, I will read the comment section and people go ham. People don't like the way what he talks about. But and since I can't use his content, I'm just going to point out some of the things that he says as far as his statistics. And we're going to prove that he's right. And one of the things that he talks about is therapy. So, is Kevin Samuels Right? Is going to be on tomorrow. Because we do need therapy. I feel like Makiah Bryant would have been still alive if the adults wouldn't have been acting like kids. Ghetto hood rat ass kids. Yeah, I said it. Ghetto hood rat ass kids. Because if the adults is acting like this, then what do you expect the children to act like? If we're not checking ourselves, if we're not just so focused on our children and our family, and not looking at the whole entire community as a whole, then we have failed our community. When I was growing up, if I did something and so up the street knew about it, so up the street would whoop me. Point blank, period. Take me down to my uncle and auntie and tell them why they did it. He down here doing whoop-de-whoop. Oh, yeah? Did you get him? Yeah, I got him. Because he shouldn't be doing that. So that the neighborhood was a village thing, that was real when I was growing up. Matter of fact, let's put it on top of that. The OGs in the neighborhood would get on me before anybody would. If I was out here acting a fool, it'd be a grown man that'd come and snatch me up quick. Little dude, what you doing? You don't be doing that. And then tell me about jail. Before Chris Rock ever talked about the Toss Salad Man, it was OGs in the neighborhood would tell you about Toss Salad Man and a few other unruly people that you do not want to see when you go to jail. Now, do you want that? But no, we don't do that right now because we fall into the category of acting just like them. We think it's cool to sit up here and videotape kids fighting so we can put it on Facebook so we can get likes. Is likes more important than our neighborhoods? And then we turn around and we complain about why the neighborhood looks like this and why we don't have education here and why this and why that. And we do not take accountability for our own actions. That's what we don't do. And then get mad when somebody makes you accountable. Just saying. And then when the cops come down there talking about Blue Lives Matters, do you think they give a crap about our people? No, they don't. Should they? In a vacuum, yeah, because there's come to serve and protect the community. But if the community doesn't give a flying flip about each other, how can you expect them to? Come on, y'all. I grew up in the projects. I grew up from 1st through 3rd Street to 5th Street to 7th Street, from Parkwood. Oh, I mean, it just is for my KCK folks. You know what I mean? All the way up. So you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I went to go speak to young people last night at Kansas City, Kansas Community College about having a purpose-driven life. I don't even want to get emotional on this, and I'm trying not to. But how can I talk about a purpose-driven life to young people, and then you have people who say, you don't need to worry about that, man, get high. Yo, you got the heat on you? Oh, they was talking crazy? Let's go ahead and peel that cap back. So the purpose is, so now we done took a purpose-driven life and they think their purpose is just death. Just saying. I'm just saying, y'all. What can we do? What can we do? Tomorrow, is Kevin Samuels right? I know some of y'all ain't gonna like some of the stuff he talks about, but let's just see. I've been pulling up some statistics. He makes a lot of valid points. But I want to talk about it. And what I want to do is open this up. And I said I was going to do this on Clubhouse. So I think I'm going to pull this up. I think I'm going to get on Clubhouse. I haven't been on Clubhouse in like 2 weeks. I think I'm going to get on Clubhouse and talk about it and invite some people on to see if they can be able to give their thoughts. I don't know. I want to see how I'm going to do it. Or I want to be able to open up. So if you go to my Messenger, you can actually call me on Messenger if you have any thoughts about it. and we can talk about it. You know what I mean? I'm probably going to put a link up to an invite on my show, so you could be able to come in on an invite if you click the link. And as long as we being fair and transparent to it, I'm gonna just try to work it out and see how we can do it. So, all right. Again, my heart and prayers go out to the family that cared about Makiah Bryant. My heart pours because I feel like that's another child lost. No matter what she was doing, we could have saved her. And I know it's foolish probably to think that we can save everybody, but everybody has a decision to make. Save our children or let our children perish. That's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say. And again, I'm not going to say this doesn't hurt, because it does. All right, next podcast. It's Kevin Samuels Wright. I also have I'm also in the middle of editing some videos, Mortal Kombat review video. I haven't finished editing that. I'm almost like halfway done. Editing takes so long, dude, and I've been so tired. Trying to take some time to revitalize my body. I am a UAW worker, so man, when I tell you I work hard, I work hard. So this vacation we on right now is really resetting my body. So I love y'all, man. I love my people. If I didn't love y'all, if I didn't love my people, if I didn't love my kids, and when I say my kids, I'm talking about young black men and women out here, then I wouldn't even talk about this, y'all. Peace. Shalom to everyone. Watch out for the videos coming up. I'm out.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is your man, Dre Mack, with another episode of the Dre Mack Podcast Show.